The neighbors think you're crazy. Anyway, hi there, Lorrie here on Vancouver Island, and welcome to my world. I am out here in the garden today, and we are going to do a walking tour and have a look at how my garden is doing since I've been gone. And yeah, I am quite delighted. So yeah, let's have a look. And welcome, and subscribe and like and share and all that stuff. This is how my garden grows. We'll go and we'll get some close-ups here, but this is the view from my backyard, and you can see why I say, like, why do I need to go camping? The only thing that I'm missing that I would like to have and would have somewhere if I went camping is a water source. So maybe I just need to get some kind of a water fountain or something with some running water. But anyway, let's go and take a look. So I've got some chamomile here, and it is flowering, so that's delightful. This is going to become a tea bed in here, and yeah, so I'm going to be putting several things in here that don't need a ton of sun but like sun. This gets good sun in the morning, but by 11 o'clock or noon the sun is done here. So let's pop in here, and we've got, this is some kind of a melon, and whether it's getting anything growing on it or will grow anything on it, I don't know. I think this is the last year I'm going to attempt melons and those kinds of plants out here, because really they take up so much room, and they just don't produce anything. Like here's one that might be, I don't know, might be something, but we're already into August. I don't have a whole lot of growing season left. Here, I think they didn't like it here so much. I think they're getting too much shade. They're not doing much, but they are starting to put some flower buds out. And then I just make sure there's no bees on here. The marigolds are going crazy. They are huge. And I just throw them back in there because the scent is supposed to deter pests. It seems to be working. I haven't had any kind of a pest problem this year. There's my other cannabis plant. I only have 2 of them growing this year. But it's looking, we're both looking pretty happy, I guess. I don't know. My basil is ready to be harvested. I need to come out here and harvest it. And then these are a beefsteak tomato. They don't really look that big. Maybe they need some more food. I don't know. I've been feeding them basil. And again, with the marigolds, I put marigolds everywhere. Because they're supposed to deter pests, especially from tomatoes and things. And yeah, they look beautiful. They add a lovely color to the garden, and they also attract bees. So that is a win-win in my eyes. So I'm pretty sure that these are leeks. I don't know what tells me that. Well, I do know what tells me that. I pulled one up because it was falling over, and it looks like a leek and it smells like a leek. So I'm going to assume that these are leeks because I did plant leeks. And I don't know, so do you trim leeks like you trim onions? I don't know. I'll have to do some research on leeks, as I have never ever grown them before. But look, you see that one there? That is definitely a leek. Right? That's a beautiful leek. Wonderful. So the little onions that I got from Starts really haven't done much. A lot of them have rotted. A lot of them have had something coming in here, probably a bird coming in here and playing with them and flipping them around upside down and all, every which way. So they're, you know, the ones that made it. What do I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that, oh, and there's a little tiny one sticking up right over there. So I do have some leeks and some onions, and so I guess that's a good thing. I'll just keep feeding them nitrogen, and I guess that's what they like. Nitrogen and heat. So that's what they're gonna get. What else do we got here? Strawberries still don't look very good. Add some fertilizer and stuff into here. This is just falling over. I need to get rid of that weed. Oh, that's a strawberry plant. And get rid of this weed. Anyway, I'm gonna come out and do that. And then I got some strawberry seeds. So I'm gonna leave this dead stuff here to let it die. So apparently that's what you do. It's good for your soil. So then I've got these onions. Oh, there we got. Oh, I pulled that yesterday. Ooh, but look at this. This is not an onion. This is weed. So get rid of that too. But anyway, so I've got those onions there. Oh, come on. Haven't had any issue with earwigs either this year, which is really quite surprising. I've always had a problem with them. And I treated the one time, and I don't know what this is, so it can come out. More marigolds. I got them in every bed. Marigolds and basil. More basil ready to be harvested. Over ready. And then some tomatoes. This one is looking pretty good. This little guy down here is pretty pathetic. I may leave him there as a sacrifice and just try to keep him away from the other plants. Basil, more marigolds, and more tomatoes. These are my cherry tomatoes. Seeing lots of tomatoes on there, but nothing ripe yet. And more basil, and then my asparagus, which of course the first year you're just supposed to let it do its thing. So that's what I'm doing. I did get some more crowns, asparagus crowns, and I did get some more seeds. I got some asparagus seeds, which I might turn one of these beds completely into asparagus. Yeah, I might do that. Let's take a quick look at the peppers. They're loving this heat. We're having this heat wave down here. It's been hitting the 90s or the 30s if you're up here in Canada. My brother-in-law, Cliffy, is very much a Canadian, and so when I say temperature in degrees, he always corrects me. He's like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Grapes are looking lovely. I need to do some hooking there. But they're looking pretty good. And everything looks a little bit droopy right now, but that's because of the heat, not because they're lacking water. Rhubarb is still growing, is still green. This is the second year for this plant. And I found with the other one, it didn't start turning red until the third year. So, I don't know, I'll probably harvest this eventually and maybe do something with some beets. Oh, we've got some new little visitors in the garden, some trolls and stuff that have been inside waiting to come out forever. Some fairies. A new little welcome guy. Yeah, I bought these to bring them outside and then never brought them outside, so here they live now. So let's have a look at the in-ground garden. Now, I gotta tell you, I mentioned earlier that I probably won't do squash or melons or any of that type stuff before because, like you can see, okay, there's one, and that might have actually been pollinated, so it might actually grow. It's bigger than some of the others I've seen on here. There's another one there. But really, like, I'm getting no production. Out of this pumpkin here, I've gotten one. I've got one pumpkin, and I put him in a cage. I put it in a cage so that nothing can get at it. Well, rabbits and deer anyway, if they should happen back here. And then this, I think that this is a pumpkin too. I thought it was some kind of a melon, but it looks way more like a pumpkin than like a melon. So anyway, but I got one per plant. And like, I'm not gonna waste all of this space in my garden. This is a whole big corner. I could put a tree in this corner and then put some herbs underneath it, or some blueberry bushes or something in here. I could have blueberry on this side, and I've got the huckleberry on this side. So I could definitely do that over here and make more productive use of this space. Of course, Dave wants me to grow corn, but like, I could put corn right there, right? My rosemary's looking good. The oregano's looking good. These things here, I tried to keep them from flowering and berrying, but oh my gosh, they are loaded. For first year huckleberries, they're not quite ready yet, so I can't taste one yet. It says to wait until they get a little bit soft and they'll turn dull instead of shiny. They also don't come off really easily. Usually when a berry is ripe, it will come off easily. So I'm waiting. Apparently they don't get ripe until like mid-September, so I'll just keep coming out and checking them. I need to come in here and harvest this soon and maybe save those seeds. So yeah, there's that. My rosemary's doing well, much better than it was. What else do we got back here? Oh, of course, there's the lilac bushes. And then this is parsley. And she is looking nice. Time to come and harvest some of that. More marigolds. Not doing as well here in the ground. And then these are my chives. Rem, remember Rem's family? Remember you sent me these garlic chives? And I thought the rabbits had eaten all of them. Well, I put it in the ground anyway. And look at what I've got. Woohoo! And then here are my potatoes, and I'm doing the, what's her name? Ruth Stout or something, I think. I don't know, but she says you just have to put it, just keep burying it in grass. Keep burying your potatoes in grass. And so that's what I'm doing. And it didn't say it had to dry first, so I'm just throwing it on there wet. I don't really have a place for it to dry, and it's drying there, and my potato greens keep shooting out of there, so I'm just going to keep doing it. I do have some bug damage on these, but I guess that's to be expected. I almost forgot these beautiful peppers. These are the ones that I overwintered, or that I actually started in the winter and grew in the winter and harvested from. And now they're back out here, and they are loaded with flowers too. They're pretty small, but I guess that's to be expected in this teeny tiny little pot. And this one too. This is looking a little yellow. I might need to put some extra nitrogen in there. Or transplant it. It might be getting a little root bound. It's in a smaller pot, as you can see. I do have some bigger ones though, so I don't know. Is it okay to transplant your peppers when they're flowering? Inquiring minds want to know. Funky, look at all that basil. So far, the only thing I'm growing. And that's my garden update for this week. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me a little bit in the garden. I do have some more video coming up on what I've done with some of that basil. So we'll talk about that a little bit, maybe next time or maybe the time after that. We'll see. Anyway, the garden is doing well, and I thank you for coming in and checking it out with me. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to reach out with any comments or questions or suggestions or any of that kind of jazz. So I love to get your comments and questions, and appreciate every single minute that you come in here and hang out with me. You see my shadow of my arm going over here. I talk with my hands in case you hadn't noticed. Anyway. Yes, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Take good care of yourself. Bye now.